Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Let's Talk CFL podcast episode number 631. I'm your host, Christopher Jones, coming to you live from Merritt, British Columbia. We have wrapped up the 2025 CFL season. The Grey Cup was this past weekend, and it is over. We have a new champion, and all sorts of other wonderful things have been happening. And we'll go over the awards. We're going to go over the game. We're going to go over a lot of our predictions. We're going to go over a whole pile of different things and see what happened and where we are. But first, we have some very important housekeeping. We all want to wish William MacDonald a very happy birthday today. Happy birthday, William.
Sing.
What? Sing?
Sing.
You don't want me singing, okay? You do not want me singing. This is just a fact of the matter. But happy birthday, William.
And
welcome to the show.
Happy birthday.
And I'm greatly honored that you chose to participate in the show tonight on your birthday. I'm sure that Patty's taking you out for dinner or something on Saturday and midweek here.
No, the kids
is
are
really not that important, but
Saturday.
hey, or the kids are coming over or something wonderful.
Over on Saturday.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Okay. So
And I
let's
cannot
introduce the
believe
rest
how
of the
far I've
panel.
come. Go ahead.
William Michael Dennis, Portland, Oregon. How you doing, Michael?
I am doing awesome. Great week. I enjoyed my first Grey Cup as a CFL fan and really enjoyed the game.
How'd your buddy enjoy it?
Yeah.
He fell asleep.
What? Really?
He didn't like it.
He didn't like it. It was
It's a different game.
When the wide receiver started moving and running, he went, "That's offsides," and he couldn't get over the fact that it was offsides. He goes, "It's ruining the game."
How?
And I'm going,
when you're not used to it, it's different.
And I'm going, dude, that's what makes it exciting.
Yeah. It is awesome.
Unlimited motion, yeah.
And he didn't figure out until the fourth quarter that there were only 3 downs.
Really?
Okay, Mike, question. How much did you guys drink?
We didn't drink anything.
Oh, okay.
That might have been the problem.
Yeah.
That might be the problem. How can you be a Grey Cup without anyhow? Rick MacDonald, William's brother. Rick, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Will's older and better looking brother.
Oh.
Okay, we'll go with older.
We'll agree with that one. We'll let that one go.
Yeah, we'll agree with older. There's no problems there.
That's the only thing we can prove.
Yes.
A girl's got to have goals, right?
Charles Cliff, Abbotsford, British Columbia. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. After an exciting Grey Cup.
It was an okay game. It wasn't
the
over the top
Grey Cup
by any sense of means.
I don't think it's top 10, but it wasn't a terrible game at all.
Wasn't a terrible game, but like you said,
it was better than last season's because last season was kind of a blowout. This one was a lot closer.
Yes. It could have gone either way at the end there.
It could have.
Could have. Anyhow, last, Scott Morledge, Regina, Saskatchewan, the brand new Grey Cup champion fan on our podcast. He's wearing the gear, the swag from the team. Thankfully, it's not green. But welcome to the show, Scott.
Thank you. It was a great weekend. It's been a great week for obvious reasons. But I'm happy to discuss football and see what's going on today.
Yeah. We'll see what's happening. We're going to talk some football because that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I got to get out of here and we'll get over to the Sparky thing because he sent me a bunch of stuff. I just got a dispatch for tomorrow. Okay, so what do you want to talk about? Who wants to talk about the game? Scott, you want to go ahead and talk about how wonderful your team is?
No, I thought it was a good game. One thing I was actually very impressed about that I wanted to see, and it was out of Davis Alexander, was he I was wondering if he could actually, if the show was going to be too big of a moment for him, and he was cool, calm, and collective. He didn't do what he did in the Eastern Final and start chirping to the fans and everything. I was actually very impressed with Alexander for keeping his emotions in check. And I do think as long as he can get over the hamstring, he's going to be a great quarterback in this league, I think.
He is. If the real question, I guess, is if Davis Alexander wasn't hurt, would the Riders have won?
So here's my answer to that. If you're on the field, I don't give a fuck if you're injured. Play. There's a lot of people on that field that were playing injured. If you're on that field, play.
I think that's fair.
100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. But I'll tell you, there's nobody on that field more important than the quarterback.
You betcha. But I said also the same thing in 2013 when Darian Durant and the Riders won it. Glenn Suter came on with a couple of minutes left in the game and said, Darian Durant's been playing injured this whole season. I said, I don't care. If you're on the field, play.
100%.
So don't you think don't you think there was a break in his armor? Because he had 3 interceptions during the course of the game, and especially early, he had that interception.
That first one, I wasn't you know what? That was an interception to me. It was a first play of the game, go deep, show the defense, hey, we're here to play, we're here, and it makes the defense go, oh crap. I actually like it when teams go deep. Interception, incomplete, doesn't matter. It wasn't a bad pass. It was just a great defensive play.
Yes, true. But don't you think you shouldn't, with a young quarterback like that, especially one that's injured, you'd take a more conservative approach in the championship game?
Why?
He can't. He couldn't obviously. Well, it's hard to say about the running thing.
The answer is rhythm. It's to build a rhythm within your offense.
Gentlemen, can you guys talk to Grey Cup for a little bit? I got to do a couple of work things.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a
job? We could probably talk for 2 hours.
Charles,
Mike,
you could.
Mike, the interesting part about that game near the very end there is we all saw Alexander run to the sideline, grab his leg. He was obviously affected by it. But then the weird part is, and this is what kind of shocked me, that last play where he threw it into the end zone for, a Hail Mary.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good throw to the end zone.
That was a really good throw.
And he had to really plant on that leg. So yeah, obviously he was injured. Obviously he was, so he was doing his thing, but
what was better? A slightly injured Alexander or McLeod Bethel Thompson?
Oh, that's not a question.
Oh fuck! McLeod Bethel Thompson is a horrible quarterback. There's a reason why he's not in the league anymore. He's never been good. He's a problem starter, and there's a reason they never put him in.
Just look at, and we saw it a few times this season, how the difference in the Montreal Alouettes when Davis Alexander was the quarterback as opposed to McLeod Bethel Thompson, night and day. With McLeod Bethel Thompson, they were a terrible football team. They came in here to BC with him starting. Lions blew him away, quite frankly. And he's not. McLeod, his day is come and gone.
And the other thing I'm going to say about the game too is, and I'm fine. Always been, even before he was Ryan, I've always been a Trevor Harris fan. Finally, he had a good Grey Cup. Not great, but he had a good Grey Cup game.
Yes.
Yeah, but he doesn't. When you're on a good team, you don't have to be that great. You just have to manage the game.
No, and that's just the thing.
I'm thinking the only way Saskatchewan can get better and repeat next year is A, sign Trevor Harris again, and B, sign Cody as his backup.
So no to the second part, but he actually is going to be. He's in negotiations right now to sign for next year.
I realize that.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
What did I
Your
tell
alternative
you
was
last?
Jake Mayer.
What did
So
I
I'm
tell
fine.
you
I'm fine
last
with
week?
Trevor again. And
What
then
did
in
I
2017, we can bring in Curtis Rourke, see what he can do.
Last week I said he's going to come back and sign him. What did you say? No, he's not
You
coming
know
back.
what? I didn't think he would. I didn't. But after I saw the emotions from him after that Grey Cup win, I was like, yeah, he's coming back. I honestly didn't think I didn't think the team would want him back, but when you start thinking about the possibility of, I mean, and all teams do it when they win a Grey Cup, their next thought is, hey, can we do this back to back? Winnipeg did it 1921. Not a lot of teams do it, so every team that wins it, I'm sure they have that thought process of what can you do. The Riders are generally a young team, but they need a quarterback past Trevor Harris. They don't realistically have one. I don't know if Jake Merritt can or ever will be one, but I'm more than happy to let Trevor do another year, and then we'll worry about the other part later on.
I'm honestly not convinced he's coming back. I mean, I
He
know he said he was and stuff like that, but you know what? After the high of the Grey Cup win comes down, I mean, what better way to go out than going out with the Grey Cup? So you're right, he probably is, but
they had exit
this
meetings.
Could be a
today.
John Elway thing all over again. You know what I mean?
They had exit meetings today, and because that's what I thought too. You know, who knows after the highs of it, he came back and he said that they were in pretty positive contract talks and money wasn't going to be the issue. So I know O'Day wants him back. Would be shocked if you don't hear him signed by Christmas.
Okay, well maybe he will be, because he needs a new contract, right? Because his contract's up. Yeah.
So I imagine he'll sign another one for one more year and then, try it. Kind of do what Henry Burris did. He tried doing it for one more year. It didn't work. And and if he signs and it doesn't work next year, well, hey, he tried.
Well, don't you think it's more difficult today to win back to back from the standpoint that free agency? It seems like there's so much movement 100%. In this league.
But here's the thing, and Rick can attest to this one, is when you can keep that core together, I mean, you're going to have a player or two here and there go every year. That's always going to happen. But when you can keep your core together, that really helps.
Yeah, but you know what? They kept the core together last year.
Okay.
They kept their core together last year because they all wanted to win and they thought it was a good situation. Well, they've won now, and guys are going to look for bigger things.
Yeah. Oh, you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right.
So,
and that's one of the reasons why it's the hardest to do that, because some guys try out the NFL or go to another team for more money, or who do I think can win next, or whatever the case is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'd see it happen a lot more.
Yeah.
Gone are the days where
big problem with free agency.
Yeah.
Tyler Davis.
Well, and the 1 year, they should get rid of the 1 year contracts.
Well, how could you get rid of them?
We lost him again. We must have got a call.
How do you get rid of them? You don't let anyone sign a 1 year contract.
There you go.
Or have acceptance for it.
Well, if you got a quarterback, let's say, who's McLeod Bethel Thompson, you wouldn't want to give him a 2-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't want to sign him to begin with.
Yeah, but you know what, Mike, a perfect example of that is the Riders gave Cody a 3-year contract once upon a time. Okay,
that's true.
So
they did.
That was a very smart choice.
No,
sure
here's
was.
The thing.
Ask them. I'm sure they really think so, don't they?
Mike, here's the thing.
Really well for them.
When Cody came into the league in 2019, he performed pretty decently well for an entry quarterback. One of the big things, amongst the other things, is in 2019 he hit the goalpost that ended this Rider season. Not only did he have to think about that throughout the offseason, he had the whole canceled 2020 season to think about that. When he came back in 21, his confidence was demolished. Pin that together with the fact that Craig Dickinson didn't know how to coach.
Mm-hmm.
His confidence went down even worse. His confidence has come back but his play has not fully come back. So we don't know if he ever was a good quarterback. Can he?
I mean, let's be fair. You got to take a look at the Edmonton situation. Edmonton's a better team with Fajardo as quarterback than
Absolutely.
Trey Ford.
Absolutely. Trey Ford cannot read he's not coached up well enough yet. And he won't be able to be coached up until he can learn under a quarterback who can develop him. Cody's not that. So Trey needs to go somewhere where he can be developed.
Yeah.
Cody needs to go somewhere where he can be developed.
I think it's crystal clear that Trey Ford will be playing somewhere else next year.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I don't even know if he will be playing somewhere else.
Oh, he will.
But I think so. Someone will take a flyer on him.
Go ahead, Charles.
I was just going to say, to Mike's point, or the Elks are definitely a better team with Cody Fajardo.
Absolutely.
But I still say they go into the season next year with Cody Fajardo. I still don't think I would pick them to make the playoffs because I don't know who they would jump, even with Cody a full year. I just don't know who they would jump in the West.
Winnipeg.
Maybe Winnipeg. That's the only option. I'm not convinced of that, but I still find it difficult.
Here's the thing. They need to bring in a quarterback who can compete with Fajardo. And
push them.
Because any person that has someone pushing them, they perform better. Cody's never had someone push him. Ever. He went to Edmonton because he knew he would start. That was crystal clear. He would start.
Mm-hmm.
Just a matter of time.
But then we're going back to the issue of we don't have quarterbacks in this league. We don't know who the next generation is.
That's why quarterbacks like Chet Kelly, McLeod Bethel Thompson, these guys will be somewhere because the league needs them, unfortunately.
I don't see a scenario that McLeod Bethel Thompson will be back.
Yeah, he won't be back with Montreal, but he'll be back. Maybe not as a starter, but he'll be back. If you look at everyone, how many teams out there have a good 1-2 punch? Like a good 1-2 punch?
I guarantee he would never play again in Edmonton.
No, Edmonton wouldn't take him.
Now, I could maybe in BC because I think he might be comparable to Masoli.
BC is possible. Ottawa's possible. Toronto's possible. I mean, anywhere in the East is possible.
What is the likelihood? What is the likelihood of Drew Brown staying in Ottawa?
He'll stay there.
I think yeah. I don't see him going anywhere.
Drew Brown, I don't think is a bad quarterback. He just didn't have anything successful around him, like coach.
And you know what? Ryan Dinwiddie was the quarterback coach in Winnipeg for 5 years. Okay, and he's the guy who coached Bo Levi, so I think he can help Drew Brown.
Yeah, Drew Brown had some games where he had 400 yards passing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Dinwiddie's going to want him for sure.
Yep.
I don't know.
So then the question will be: is how many players is Ottawa away from being a relatively good team? Because I thought they had good players.
They already have.
They had good players. The coaching was awful.
If I was them, I would. I mean, you're gonna trade some pieces here and there, but they've got a good foundation. They just need someone that can actually coach them. Bob Dice didn't know what he was doing.
So
but some guys don't want to stick around a losing organization, so maybe those guys are going to go away.
You're right.
Yeah.
So when we
and that's the problem is going to be he'll have pieces.
So when we take a look at Saskatchewan for next year, being the defending champion, Harris is going to be back. They've got the best running back in the league, I think, in Ouellette. I like him.
He's good. He's not the best.
He's not the best running back in the league. No.
I would put him in. I'd put him in the top 4, but I wouldn't put him in the.
But you know what? The difference between most teams in the Grey Cup and the regular season is they actually used him in the Grey Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is how motivated, and I think it goes back to Will's point, now that they've won it, how motivated are they going to be to come back and do all the off-season work to go back and get back into the Grey Cup for next year?
Well, you know what happens, Mike? What happens is these guys, they win the Grey Cup, and the first thing that comes to their mind is they think they should be rewarded with bigger contracts and more money. And we're not talking about lots more money, but sometimes they won't do that.
Here's the question too: how many of them stay because they just thoroughly enjoyed working with Coach Mace?
You know what? And you're right, but sometimes money talks, man.
Oh, you're right. And there's going to be players that leave.
And the cost of living in Saskatchewan is really low. So, you know, I'm just saying maybe that motivates some guys.
Yeah. I think they'll, like, obviously there's going to be turnaround. There's going to be turnaround no matter where you go or who you play or what happens, but I think they'll be able to retain a good chunk of the core at least.
Yeah.
And sometimes the guys who stick are the veterans because they've been down that whole road already. And it's usually the young guys who run away. So
yeah, that typically is.
Well, clearly, I think Mace has the locker room. He has the respect of every player in that room.
Yeah.
He seems to be a player's coach.
Yeah. Well, you're right. But like Will said, it comes down to, you know,
if we're talking about,
I'll be honest with you.
Would a player leave it for $20,000 more? Mm-hmm. Really?
Oh my! We're not even talking $20,000, Mike.
Yeah, we're talking
5
minimum.
or 10.
Players would leave for 5. Yeah. We got 20.
But here's the other part too: is you have to look at players with their families and what's the best look for them. And, you know, for instance, like if somebody from the Riders, if their wife all of a sudden gets a job, let's say in Calgary now looks like an attractive option.
Right.
There's a bunch of
variables
pieces that go into it. And then there's the aspect of
there's also the part where you probably can't go out in public in Saskatchewan without somebody, you know, talking to you or harassing you or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Just saying.
Yeah. It'll and like every team in the offseason after a Grey Cup win, it's going to be interesting to see who goes, who stays, who comes in, things like that. And I mean, Rick has seen what a successful team can look like over the years. That the core comes back. The core comes back because they sit there going, "We can do this. Yep. We can do this. We can do this."
Yeah, even while losing some stars like Lawler coming and going.
Yeah.
You know,
receivers are a dime a dozen.
Yeah, I never thought Lawler was worth it.
He's more than a dime receiver though.
Lawler?
Yeah, he is, but
once again, I'm not saying he's worth it.
He's a great receiver, but no receiver's worth that money.
Agreed.
Right.
How much money did he make?
Was he 300,000?
About 300,000. Yeah.
No. What did he do in the East Final?
Nothing.
So it's great to make the money, but I mean, he made some really good catches this year.
Yep.
What does that got in the organization?
Nothing.
They got him on a highlight. $300,000 ain't worth a highlight reel.
Yeah.
I'd rather host.
If you think that Winnipeg game where Winnipeg shut them totally down, he got squat that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was up and down this year. He wasn't great every game by any stretch.
And even what's his name, Lewis, who was in Ottawa this year, was he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, he's another one of those high-priced receivers that.
But here's the thing: is that when you become this high all-star receiver, that oh my god, like he's too good. That's what That's what a good defensive coordinator double teams the guy. You'd rather leave somebody else open than to leave this good guy open. and now he can't catch the ball because he's double, triple teamed.
Yeah.
Now, what was
There's
his
a
name
place
in
for a guy
Hamilton?
like that, yeah.
What
Well,
was
the
that guy's
thing-
name in Hamilton that
Mhm.
caught all the passes because all of a sudden Lawler, he was open because Lawler was covered.
Yep.
That rookie guy.
Smith.
Yeah. So it's
Well, the thing about Geno Lewis, he made $355,000 in Edmonton when Ed Hervey came in as general manager. He said, "I'm not paying him that kind of money."
Ed Hervey is a
Mhm.
smart general manager. I don't care what
He
anyone
was
says.
right about that too.
And so Geno Lewis went to Ottawa for 155,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. Ed Hervey's a good general manager.
I
brings
don't know if he's a
balance.
good general. He was terrible here.
I think he made an
He's the
interesting
reason
comment.
Edmonton won the Grey Cup in
it wasn't
2014.
Hervey that squashed it in BC. It was Rick Campbell.
He
Mhm.
did make an interesting comment during the final press conference. He said that linebackers are a dime a dozen, and they're replaceable. And I'm not
They
going
are
to keep.
nowadays, yeah.
I'm not going to keep. I'm not going. We're not going to get married to a linebacker because they're replaceable.
Linebackers,
There's a lot of good linebackers.
running backs are all a dime a dozen. It's not hard to find a good
You
running
need-
back. It's not hard to find a
You
good
need
linebacker.
you need a quarterback, you need a defensive line, and you need an offensive line.
Yeah.
Those are the priorities.
Well, I think you need a good secondary too.
Yeah, but the problem in this league is that they don't spend the money on the offensive line. From what I understand, most of the money's spent on the defensive line.
A lot of the issue on the offensive line isn't so much the spending the money; it's having a coach that, like in Saskatchewan,
Yeah.
we had players on the offensive line, but Sorrells couldn't coach them to be a good offensive line, which is why
Mhm.
we got fucked over with Colaros because they didn't know how to protect him. Sorrells
Right.
left, and now look at our offensive line this past year. Colaros
Mhm.
barely got hit at all. I mean, he got hit, but not nearly as much as what has happened in the past.
Mhm.
So having a good offensive line coach is what you need. You
Well,
can
the
And I
other-
don't necessarily think that's true, Mike. I think if you have a good Canadian offensive lineman, he gets his money. Trust me.
Oh yeah,
So and then they spend
Mhm.
their money on American tackles usually. So
Yeah. but you still
I-
need a good offensive line coach.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I think the most important position in football is the offensive line, and you got to have good linemen to protect the quarterback and to open up those holes for the running back. If you don't have that, you're not going to win. You're not going to win.
I'll agree with
It's
you
the
because even a
foundation
shitty
of
quarterback,
your
if he has
house.
time, will hit a
Foundation of
target.
your house.
Mhm.
The whole building.
hey Rick, what's wrong with your microphone? We
Yeah,
can
you're
hardly
very
hear you.
quiet.
I don't know.
You got your sound volume turned down?
I'm not doing the headphones tonight because I'm at home alone.
Ooh.
Pissed her off again, did you? Okay.
Or she's out working, making more money, so I can have more fun.
Oh, okay.
Well,
But yeah,
case
no,
in
I would
point,
agree.
the case in point in terms of the linebacker, I think for the first 6 games of the Edmonton season, our offensive line was on vacation or non-existent. But for some reason, in week number 7, ironically, when Cody Fajardo became the quarterback, we had an
I'm
offensive
thinking
line.
we should not talk about Edmonton till the beginning of next season. What do you guys think?
Okay.
But you got to start bringing up the MOP candidates. Come on now.
You talking about Trey Ford?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think one of you guys sent an article that Trevor Harris is up for MOP.
No.
The MOP's got over now.
Yeah.
Well, that's over.
That's what I
The
thought.
awards were last week.
No. Trevor's been out of the MOP race for a while now.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, Nathan Rourke and Bo, they ran away with it in the last half of the season. So no,
Mm-hmm.
there hasn't been any anything about Trevor Harris in that conversation.
So I must have been looking at fake news.
Must have been
So-
something else.
Yeah.
So how is as we're looking at next year and the next season, if I'm looking at who the best team going into the season, I would have to say I still think there's hope for Calgary. What do you think, Will?
So-
You can't say anything, Mike, because
No.
you don't know how the team is going to change.
Yeah.
You
If you're
can't really
looking at
say
it,
anything
These
until after
teams
February.
change drastically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's much
If you
better.
look, if you look at Toronto, they won the Grey Cup the 1 year, and next year their team got decimated with people leaving, and all of a sudden they were. Look at them now. They
Well,
went
what
from
happened
Grey
this
Cup,
year?
yeah, they went from Grey Cup champions to missing the playoffs.
Their entire defensive backfield got destroyed last year in the
Mhm.
offseason.
And that's
So
what
they-
you try to prevent.
So as I'm looking at constructing a team and you're educating me, why don't we have longer term contracts if we know that a player is really good? Why are we not signing him up for 2 to 3, 4 years so that we don't have the movement that we do in the CFL?
It's all part
Because
of
I
the CBA.
think a
CBA.
lot of these guys think I'll sign a 1-year contract. Maybe I'll have a stellar year and I can make more money next year, and have a stellar year and make more money next year. It's
That's
that
why
simple.
I think they need to get rid of the 1-year contracts.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think you should
It's
do
one
minimum
of
2
one
years.
of the things. Yeah, one of the things from my childhood to now in the CFL was players. It was before free agency, so they didn't move around so much. You got to know the team.
Right.
The fans connected.
Yep.
You were always there. The guys
Yeah.
were there like it was their home. They didn't want to go anywhere else.
I remember
People-
the BC. I remember the BC Lions growing up throughout the '80s. They always had the core. They had the guys like Nick Hebler, Rick Klassen. They had Jim Sandusky. They had Kevin Konar and stuff like that. Mel Bird,
Exactly.
Keith Gooch. These guys were here in BC for 6-7 years together, from the
Yeah.
early '80s right towards the end. It's not like that at all.
So
now.
here's my question.
Yep.
Let's say I'm Nathan Rourke and this is my first year in the league. I've never played before. How long does the team own the rights to a player?
Quarterbacks
They-
are different.
for
Quarterback. If it's a rookie,
Yeah,
If it's a rookie, they get a year and an option. The team
that's
does.
it. That's it.
You get 1 year, and then
Yes.
the team gets to decide
Yep.
if they want a second year.
And I think with
yes,
CFL with Canadian draft picks, it's 3 years, is it not?
I believe so. Yes, I think you're right about
Ratings
that.
are different, yeah.
Because
So-
usually what happens, Mike, is guys who were raised in Ontario, they get drafted by a Western team, they stick out for 3 years, and then they usually go back to their home province.
Hmm.
Why don't we, I mean, in most professional leagues down here in America, and I grant this is different, it's 6 years. In the NBA, it's 9 years.
Yeah, it's hard to gain players to stay with teams for long periods of time nowadays.
Yep.
Money talks, money walks. And again, it comes down to, spouses, where they live, and most of these players don't live in Canada all year round. So they're
Mhm.
right after the season, they're headed back down to wherever they live,
Yep.
and what are prices? Where's the cheapest places to live? Or some people bring their spouses up to Canada for the season, and some of them sit there and say, "Well, I want to live in a small city. I want to live in a big city." That all changes everything.
Hmm.
But personally, for me, I have to admit, I would rather be in Saskatchewan myself because I like the smaller community.
Mike,
Mhm.
have you ever been to Saskatchewan?
No,
I was gonna
no,
say
I
that's
haven't.
something you
Okay,
don't
then.
hear every
And
year.
I'm not
Mike-
putting Saskatchewan down, but I'll tell
Mike,
you a
it's
quick
not
I'll-
as bad as he claims. It's
I tell you
bad.
a quick
It's not-
story,
Of
Mike.
course not. It's different.
Mike,
It's
tell you a
not
quick
bad.
story. 35 years ago, I moved to Calgary, And I left early because I thought I'd spend the weekend in Regina, Mike. I'd never been west. And I drove in and out of Regina in 15 minutes and said, fuck this. And spent the night in Speedy Creek.
Well, that's any better.
Well, they had a hotel room. It doesn't matter.
See, Regina has grown a lot over the past several years. Now, it's one of those things. If you like the small town feel, it's got a bit of a city feel, but it's still small.
How big is Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan?
I mean, as
compared
far
to
as
everyone else,
the city, you're actually the team. You're actually located in Regina. How big is Regina?
Smaller. It's not the biggest city in Saskatchewan. We got 300
bigger.
Saskatoon is bigger, yeah. Saskatoon's almost double the size.
Mike, there are 1.2 million people in all of Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Roughly. There's 350 approximately in Regina.
Oh boy, that's small.
350,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Comparatively speaking to like Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, places like that, yeah.
So how do you recruit free agents to that city?
Pay them.
And everybody else does.
Money, yeah. Money, culture, who do you got?
Yeah.
A big thing is who's your coach? Who's your coach? That's a big one. Right?
And
people want to play for people that they know.
Don't forget here, Mike, Saskatchewan Rough Riders make money every year.
Yeah, Saskatchewan and Winnipeg are the only two.
Mm-hmm.
They are the Green Bay of the North. They don't have cool hats like the Cheeseheads, but they're kind of the same as Green Bay.
They got watermelons. Come on.
Yeah.
I have to admit that when I was watching their victory parade, I was really enamored with it. I thought that is really cool. Community.
They put a victory parade on TV? Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. It was wonderful.
I saw highlights.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, you should. So Green Mile goes down Albert Street. I live 1 block off of Albert Street and roughly 6 blocks from the start of the Green Mile, roughly. So we went to a friend's house to watch the game. When we got home after the game, the horns and everything were going till 2, 3 in the morning.
I saw videos of that.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I was watching the victory parade is I thought I would see Scott.
Dude, I had to work the next morning.
I don't know how you could have worked. You had to be drunk.
Well, let's just say you don't tell.
Mike, I just looked it up. Projected 2025, Regina will be 296,000 people.
Oh. No, it's way more than that.
Not according to Google.
Wow.
That's like what?
They say that Saskatoon is like 309.
We got a bunch of new Canadians here now.
Yeah, but don't you think?
Oh, they don't count.
You look at how many.
Okay, then you're right.
You look at how many people go to Regina, go into Mosaic. They're able to fill Mosaic during the course of the season. That really makes Edmonton look like shit. I mean, my God,
Edmonton does that all on their own.
But they had trouble filling Mosaic this year.
Yeah, they did. That's all because of Craig Reynolds.
A lot of games they didn't.
Nope, they had roughly 28 as an average.
You sold out every game this year?
My call.
Yes.
Don't talk about Edmonton. It makes Toronto look like shit.
No. Have you seen my stadium? It's awful.
Oh, you got to check
it's
out
not
Calgary
that bad.
Stadium.
What are you talking about?
Edmonton's averaging under 20,000.
Yes, and what's Toronto averaging?
Toronto's at about 12.
Yeah.
And you have to understand Toronto has 5 million people.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Okay.
That's embarrassing.
No, it's not. It is just comes to the demographics of what the cities have become. The core of the cities, of the big cities, Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto, do not have football fans in the city. The football fans have all been pushed out into the suburbs, which are too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Scott lives off the strip. I mean, how far are you from the stadium, Scott? Can you walk to the stadium?
I can walk there in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 2 hours to get to the stadium.
Yep.
Huge difference.
So why
Rick, how many games did you go to this year in Abbotsford? From Abbotsford to Vancouver. How many of the 9 home games did you go see the BC Lions?
All but one.
No, Charles, I know you did.
Oh,
I'm talking
sorry.
to Rick.
3 in my lifetime. 36
3
years.
in his lifetime. In
Probably
the city.
all against the Bombers, too.
Yes. I've been to more Seahawks games.
So yeah, the big cities are failing because of the lack of
Seahawks is an easier drive for me.
accessibility.
I was going to say,
but I can't fathom this. I mean, it's such a good sport. It's an entertaining sport. Why isn't the CFL better marketed?
Michael,
because the league is run by idiots. But all the marketing in the world, I don't think it's going to make that big a difference.
You can't market a product that's broken. The game isn't broken, the product is.
And Johnson's breaking it more.
Yeah.
It is really crazy. I mean, here I am. I live in Portland, Oregon, and I'm probably one of the biggest fans of the Edmonton team.
No, there's very serious Edmonton Eskimo fans.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Every city's got their fans.
Well, I think first of all, the team ought to go back to the name Eskimos. That's clear.
I would agree.
Why is that relevant?
I don't know why that you stop just because of name change. To me, that doesn't make sense.
No, it's an excuse, Charles.
It is. I think 100% it is.
It's an excuse. I don't disagree. It should never have been changed. I don't like the Elks. It was done poorly. It was rammed down their throat, kind of like the rules that are changes that we're getting. Okay, yeah. It's not up for debate. There was no consultation. It was just done. Right?
Yeah.
I just can't imagine take a look at the name Montreal Canadiens. Do you think in a million years if they changed the name Canadiens to the Montreal Trailblazers, all hell would break loose?
No, I don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree.
Do you? Yeah. So Quebec separates, and the Montreal team's going to be called the Canadiens. The Quebec Nordique had a much better name. Okay.
Where are they now?
You're using I'm sorry, but you're using a really bad example with Montreal. Let's use the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay. Because the Toronto Maple Leafs, you change that name there'll be a war.
People would be killing people.
Right? I mean, this is a team that hasn't won the championship since 1967, and they still sell out every game.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was the Edmonton Oilers and I'm smart, I would say I would never have agreed to that change of the name, Eskimos. I would never have agreed to them making that change.
Well, it was the owners at that point who did it. I mean, I think the league probably pushed them through the door, but
at the time it was community-based.
That's right.
If a community, and I agree that they were looking for an excuse, but if I'm the current owner, Larry Thompson's family now owns it, I would go back to Eskimos and say to the league, eat shit. We're going back to Eskimos because we need to put people in the stands.
But I don't
But
know
I
if
don't
that's
believe that that's going to make a difference.
no, not a chance.
wasn't-
That's not
It
going to make
wasn't
any
the name
difference.
change that caused people not to go to the game.
No.
That was just something that should have never been done. They stopped going to the games because they just didn't
The
have
team
the
has
product.
played poorly.
Oh,
If the BC
for a
Lions
number of
changed the
years.
name from the Lions, it would not affect me, and I would not stop being a fan. I couldn't give a shit what the team's called.
I don't
Yeah.
care what they're called either, but there is definitely an emotional attachment to that name.
Of course there is. But it's not so you know what? I honestly don't believe it's an attachment to that name. I think it's an attachment to how and why it was changed.
Yeah.
Not so much that it was changed. Okay?
It was just, oh my God, it's offensive. We got to change it. Boom.
It's all of a sudden it's become politically correct. It's the
Yeah.
who in this group of 6 people believe in political correctness? Put up your hand. You believe in political correctness,
no.
Will? You're the least politically correct person I
Yeah,
know.
not
Okay.
this.
And the Eskimos wasn't changed because it was better for the team or it was anything else. It was because it was offending somebody.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And
And they came
all
back
the
and said, no,
Eskimos
we
that
loved it.
have came public about it like the name. So
Yeah.
I got
They
to
were
ask
actually
a question
putting
here.
Western.
I was gone for a quite large period of time, and I apologize for that. Did we finish with the analyzation of the Grey Cup game?
Well, we've been
Yeah.
all over the place. And
Yeah,
then some.
I see that. We're talking about the Edmonton name right now, and that's like 5 years old.
It was a
Mike's
good
a-
game.
yeah,
not
yeah,
great
Mike is
game.
a
Both
Mike is
teams
a
played
show
well.
hogger. All he wants to do is talk about the Eskimos, okay? Or the
I know,
Elks, or whatever
I know.
they're
Yeah, no,
called.
we analyzed it pretty well.
I'll be
Okay,
quiet from
so
now on. Bye.
let's conclude the game, okay?
Okay.
So it ended up Saskatchewan 25, Montreal 17, total of 42 points. Okay, Will, Rick, and Mike picked Saskatchewan to win. The rest of it, so it was split 3-3, or Sparky took Montreal as well. So you guys ended up with an extra 100 points. Charles got 26, Will 14, CJ 18, Rick with 30, Sparky with 30, Mike with 38, and Scott with 24. Okay, so that's how that ended up. So for the playoffs, Mike is our champion, not only with the Grey Cup, but he picked the most amount of playoff Grey Cup game victories correct.
Mhm.
So he ended up with 496 points. Rick came in second with 486. William at 440. Charles at 390. Sparky at 374. CJ at 370. And Scott was somewhere off the charts here at 279. Okay. So our champion here, Mike, the American.
American.
Fucking 1995 all over again. I'll never forgive the Calgary Stampeders. Fucking lost to an American team. Okay. So for the season, it ended up being a tie at 56 victories and 30 losses for Charles, CJ, and Sparky. Okay, straight across the board. I don't have points for the entire season combined, but that's kind of what it is. Okay. Now, here's something he's given me as well. We did an awards pick. We picked who was going to win the awards.
Mhm.
Okay. The MOP went to Nathan Rourke.
It should.
The top Canadian or the tallest midget, whichever you prefer, is also gone to Nathan Rourke.
Nathan Rourke.
Most outstanding defensive player went
Nathan
to
Rourke.
Matthew Betts. And I want you to know there was only one person in the entire group that picked Matthew Betts to win the Defensive Player of the Year.
It was
Any
you.
idea who
We
that
know.
was?
It was you. We know.
Yeah, but that's because you're a fucking homer.
And
I was a
that
homer.
and a
Well, I
dollar,
thought
that
Matthew
and a
Betts was
dollar
about
50 will
had a
get
better
you
season.
coffee at Timmy's.
The one
I
time,
don't drink coffee.
the
okay?
one time I'm not a homer and I get it wrong.
Yeah, well, you should have picked Matthew Betts. He's a great defensive player. So there we go.
Mm-hmm.
She needs bigger tits.
Yeah.
What did I miss there?
Okay.
Something.
Michael
I
sent a
found it.
picture. Yeah. Okay. So, what else are we talking about here? Rookie of the year went to
Babel.
Hey,
Valva.
it's Liv Morgan.
Babel.
Okay.
Babel.
Yeah.
Special teams kicker. We didn't go to the kicker. It went to the other guy. Who was that?
Babel.
Babel again. He
Babel
also
again. So he was a
Rourke
double award winner.
Won twice.
And Riebenberg, who most of us picked, was the lineman of the year, and he did not make it.
No.
It went to Yoshi, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so here's our picks. CJ went 5-2, Rick 4-3, Charles 4-3, Scott 4-3, Mike 3-4, Willie 3-4. So there's our picks for the awards. We did
Last.
No, you weren't. Your big little brother was. Did we do coach of the year too?
They haven't done it.
We did, but they haven't
I know they
announced it
didn't
yet.
do it, but did
Well,
we?
We
Yeah.
did, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe that will come in the future.
I heard at the
Well,
combine.
Well, they're
Okay,
probably going to choose Bob Dice.
Yeah.
We
Right.
need to do next week's game. So
Huh?
who's going to win? Oh, sorry. Season's over.
I'll bet you there's not going to be
Okay.
anyone in attendance for it.
Cool. I
Yeah.
can't fuck up next week.
Which means
So,
in
news
Toronto,
broke.
same old.
The news broke that Mike O'Shea was signing with the Toronto Argonauts to be their new coach and possibly GM, or not necessarily GM, but having a stronger choice of player personnel. He was in Toronto. The news story broke that they were ready to sign, and it was going to happen. The announcement was right after Grey Cup. And then before Grey Cup, the announcement was he signed a 3-year extension with Winnipeg. And which kind of caught me off guard because Kyle Walters and Michael Shea both got 3 years extension. So that must mean that the organization is really happy with the downward spiral of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers at this point in time, because that clown show has not been improving the team over the last 3 or 4 years. So that trend is probably going to continue, which will make our little buddy from Portland happy, because now the Edmonton Elks won't be in the last place in the Western Division. Good for you, Mike.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
I could understand
The other
them
way
doing
is
one
the other way
game,
is they built a winner before and they can build a winner again.
not with the same people.
Who says they're going to keep the same people?
Unless they just
You can
signed
listen
him
to
for a
some
3-year
interviews.
extension.
Can any of you guys predict the future? Who the players are going to be on the Bombers next year? I can't.
You should hear some of his comments, though.
Yeah, but don't you think if you've got a good coach like O'Shea who gets to
Okay.
5,
Let's talk to our Winnipeg Blue Bomber fan here, Rick.
Yeah.
okay.
Is Zach Collaros your quarterback next year?
Yes.
Wow, did you just
Right.
become Rick?
Right, last name.
Or are you talking for your brother?
I know
Long
what Rick
first
is
name.
going to say. Yes.
He
Is
will
Zach
be
Collaros
one
your
of
quarterback?
he will be one of the quarterbacks. Yes.
Will Brady Oliveira be the running back?
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Okay.
If he takes a pay cut,
If he takes a pay cut. Yeah.
significant pay cut.
Heavy pay cut. But you don't.
What about Stanley Bryant, your left tackle?
Oh, he's retirement time, baby.
Oh, so is Zach, but that's beside the point.
No. It's
Okay.
easier to replace an lineman than a Zach Collaros.
Yeah,
Maybe we need him around.
represented
Maybe we need him around for some rookie that's going to come into quarterback.
If he's so easy to replace, why haven't they?
Because they're waiting for El Gurzma.
I'm just, and you know what? It was a big decline for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers this year because it's the first time in 5 years they haven't been in the Grey Cup. Yeah, it's a big decline, and they have to go back up again. But they're not that far out of it. Trust me. Trust me.
They are if they bring the same crew back, but I mean,
sure,
they're probably going to go.
Playoffs in the
You're
Western
making
Division.
a big assumption. Everybody's making a big assumption here. First of all, fact. Mr. O'Shea is a good coach. He's a great coach.
Why?
How's that a fact?
That's not a fact.
Got a pretty good record.
In fact, I don't agree with that.
Name me how many other coaches. Name me how many other coaches have been to 5 consecutive Grey Cups.
Yeah, that's good. I got to lean on the side that
what was
he
his
is.
name? What was his name? I can't even remember who the coach was in Edmonton.
Hugh Campbell?
Hugh Campbell.
Yeah, Hugh Campbell.
But
that's right.
Here's the
There's
problem.
2 names.
They lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
You still got
It is the point.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
I would say that going to 5 straight Grey Cups has more to do with Zach Collaros than Mike O'Shea.
Yeah, but who coaches the team?
I don't
Who,
care.
You know, on the other
develops
hand,
the game plan?
Yeah, on the other hand, Chris Jones is a god and can do anything as a coach. See, your whole reasoning here, CJ, is just fucked. You got your favorites and you got the guys you don't like. You don't like Mike O'Shea.
I never said I don't like Mike O'Shea.
You badmouth him all the time. You badmouth him all the time.
Absolutely do not, Rick. You better calm down.
Absolutely do.
That's
What do you think, Will? What do you think, Will?
Yes.
Thank you.
I agree.
Take your blinders off, buddy. Take your blinders off. You have certain guys that you continually undermine. You don't like them, and that's okay. That's okay.
My answer to question
I don't like your head coach.
Neither do I. So what's your
There you go.
point?
Well, that's my point. I can be real.
So can I. And I am. But you can't you're not looking at Mike O'Shea objectively.
Yes, I am.
Yes, he is.
Are you?
Yes, he is.
How, Michael?
5 Grey
Did he
Cups.
not build a winner?
Do you know how difficult it is to get to the Grey Cup?
First off, a coach doesn't build a team, a general manager does.
With some coach help.
Maybe.
Okay, I respect Will. What do you think? Do you think I'm off base?
You know what? Here's the thing for me. When you guys say that the Bombers are going backwards, they weren't in the Grey Cup this year, but they've been in the last 5 Grey Cups. So, if you think about that, the only teams that should have been rebuilt in many different ways are the teams that did not make the Grey Cup for the last 5 years. If you're in the Grey Cup for 5 years, a lot of times there's no reason to rebuild. It's that simple, because is that not the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is to win the Grey Cup.
Yes.
Yes, and if you don't win it, you should change your team.
Right, but do you change it substantially or a little bit?
And when do you change
it? Depends on what needs to be changed.
They made the Grey Cup the last 5 years in a row, other than this year. So why would they look at big changes?
You wouldn't.
And I still think, and I know shoulda, coulda, woulda, maybe, whatever. If Zach Collaros hadn't have hurt his hand in the last Grey Cup, they might have won it.
Right?
Yeah, I think
so.
Actually,
I have
Will,
a question for
if
you.
they had benched him at that point and ran Brady, they would have won it.
Maybe.
Okay, here's a question. Did the Winnipeg Blue Bombers make the playoffs in the Western Division?
No.
This year, yes.
No.
They were the
No.
crossover.
Oh,
They
right.
crossed
Whatever.
over
They made
Whatever.
the
Okay.
playoffs and they're in the Western Division,
as an Eastern team, not
As
in
an
the
Eastern
West.
team.
Crossover.
but they made the playoffs.
In the East,
Okay.
yes. So what that was
In the
not
East, yes.
The question was, did they make it to the West?
No.
No.
You know, Mike
So they-
O'Shea is the 7th winningest coach in the history of the league. Can you name the 6 guys ahead of him?
Wally Buono, Don Matthews, John Huffnagel, Hugh Campbell.
John Huffnagel
Clark-
and Hugh Campbell are not above him. They are below Mike O'Shea. Wally Buono, Don Matthews, Frank Clare, Ron Lancaster, Eagle Keys, Ray Yawk, Mike O'Shea.
I like
I
I
think he
like
can do it again.
I like Mike O'Shea. I think he's a great coach.
Well,
Mike O'Shea. Mike O'Shea should have been an O lineman. That's what I think of Mike O'Shea. I love the man.
This is the very similar argument that we had with Rider fans about Craig Dickinson being an amazing coach, because he was.
Oh my God.
No, that's not even close.
And well, okay. Here's a question. And
How many
I'm not picking on Mike O'Shea. I don't want to discuss him right now. Mike Benavides, head coach of the BC Lions. Okay, Charles?
Lousy.
Do you know? Well, was he?
Yes.
He had a winning record.
He had a winning record because he took over a good team built by Wally Buono. He had a good record and finished first in that season and declined each and every season thereafter.
Okay, I have
Kind of like
something to
Dave
say.
Dickinson and kind of like Craig Dickinson.
I have something to say here. If you look, okay, so BC Lions have Buck Pierce as a head
Buck
coach.
Pierce. Yeah.
Buck
Yes.
Pierce was run out of Winnipeg, as everyone said he couldn't play call. Correct me if I'm wrong. BC's play calling was pretty fucking good this year.
Agreed.
Okay, Scott, I don't
In
believe
most
he was
games.
run out of Winnipeg by the fans, because the fans have no say in it.
No,
Because
no,
if the
but
fans, hang on, if the fans had a say in it, then Mike O'Shea wouldn't have been the coach in 2019, because the fans were running him out of town.
no, and what I meant by that was they kept saying he can't play call, he can't play call. Same thing this year.
And that's my point.
So is
Okay.
it the coordinator or is it the coach?
Don't know. Do you?
You seem to.
I don't know. It frustrates the hell out of me that we don't run more, but I don't know who has the end all be all
Well, you have
call on
to
that,
say it's
because
gotta be O'Shea. O'Shea runs the coaches, and he's gone through 2 coaches now, and they're not running. So who does it fall on? The head coach.
It has to, shit runs
possibly
uphill.
if he lets them do his own thing, actually shit runs downhill. But
Shit runs uphill when you're coaching.
In the end, it all comes down to your head coach. If you're winning,
Yes.
your
Comes
coach
down to your
runs
head
through.
coach. Your team is not running the ball. It's his responsibility.
Hey, he's got the final say.
yep,
He does.
yep.
Why?
Maybe not on
wasn't-
every play, but he has the ability to change. If he didn't like the way that game went,
Mm-hmm.
then he has the responsibility to change
He
it for the
has-
next game.
He has the authority, that's for sure.
Right.
So why
The
hasn't
authority
he?
and the
head coach.
responsibility.
So why isn't he doing
And he
it?
hasn't.
I don't know. Mike doesn't return my phone calls.
But yet you're
Have they
sitting here
increased
saying how
running the
wonderful of a
ball?
head coach he is.
Well, myself as a head coach, I left the defense to the defensive coordinator. I
But
never
if they're not doing
second-guessed
their
him.
job, you got to step in.
I never
Yeah, but-
second-guessed him.
But let's be
you're-
honest. Don't you think at some point Winnipeg has got to rebuild, and now's the time they're going to have to rebuild that team?
They have
Yeah.
to make some changes, 100%.
They're
Problem
going.
is that
They're
the
not
general
going to.
manager's responsibility is to have players in the wings so that it doesn't have to be a wholesale change. Okay.
Agreed.
You're supposed to change a little bit at a time every year, and you're supposed to
Agreed.
have players in the wings that are able to step up and take over as you go. Who is the quarterback in waiting in Winnipeg to take over from Zach Collaros?
Don't know yet.
Don't know yet.
That means the general manager's not doing his job, but he just got a 3-year extension.
Yeah, but you could say that for Ottawa. You could say that for Toronto.
Most
could,
teams.
Of
For
course,
every team.
100% we can. John Murphy's an idiot in Toronto, and Sean Burke is not doing a job in Ottawa. So, yes, we can say those about Ottawa and Toronto and Winnipeg. Can we say it about most teams? Right now, most teams do not have a quarterback in the wings. Okay?
Agreed.
But there
Agreed.
are some teams right now that have good quarterbacks for the future. And we have teams that do not have good quarterbacks going to the future. Maybe next year, Bo Levi Mitchell will be there. Maybe next year, Trevor Harris will be there. Maybe next year, Zach Collaros is. But they won't be there in 3 or 4.
And as we've discussed all this season, the teams that have good quarterbacks going in the future could lose them with one injury.
And you tell me which team
That's
cannot.
the game. That's the game, right? So there's no
Right.
guarantees out there. You roll the dice, you take your best chance, you get who you can get, and you play with it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything.
Every team's
bad.
the same.
I don't think there's anything bad next year. If Winnipeg does not have a winning season, doesn't mean that their coach and their coaching staff is bad. I think it's a point that you've got to rebuild, and it takes a year or two.
It's not the coaching staff that needs to rebuild.
That's the GM. That's on the management.
It's on the management, and it's been on the management for the last 4 years.
So why does
From
that
the
take
time
away?
that they did not win the Grey Cup, it's on the manager. It's on the manager for victories. It's got to be on the manager for losses.
So don't you think that Mike O'Shea's done great considering the liability of the general manager?
And the team has been in the playoffs for how many years straight now? 9?
So,
Don't know.
like that.
I don't know.
That.
I think it's 9 years in the playoffs. So they're kind of doing their job.
And when it comes to like your coach in Vancouver, Buck Pierce had a real good rookie year as a head coach.
Agreed.
Actually, far better than I thought he would.
And
So
and my
I would
legs-
be extremely
Especially when you look at the start of the year.
I would be extremely happy with him for what he achieved this year. And then you're going to be going into next season. You've got the best quarterback. Sorry for Jardo. You've got the best quarterback in the league.
Finally.
I mean, you
Truth out of
should
Mike
be.
Dennis. Truth out of Mike Dennis.
I mean, Professor, you ought to be happier in hell. You got potentially a Grey Cup team next year.
I'm not disappointed with the
I agree.
direction of the BC Lions. Not in any way, shape, or form.
Awesome.
And the team is young enough, with the exception of a few.
So, but why did you say you did not like Buck Pierce?
I said I didn't like Buck Pierce as a coach for the BC Lions.
Why?
Because he concerned me because of his play calling in Winnipeg.
So basically, the only team currently that, well, they should still look at changes, but the only team currently that doesn't have to make changes is Saskatchewan because they won it all. Everybody else has to make changes because they were not good enough.
They also have a 40-year-old quarterback
Who's still pretty
But they
good.
won the Grey Cup.
And he performed very well.
They did.
Yep.
And this is the problem that I have with that statement, Will. I don't disagree with it, But if Saskatchewan does not make changes and everybody else does, then they will get left behind just like every other team
That's
would.
the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the thing?
So
though?
even
Whoa,
the
wait
best
a
team
minute.
has
Wait,
to
whoa,
improve.
wait a minute. Let's go back to the Bombers. For 5 years, they didn't make changes, and they were always in the Grey Cup. So the other teams didn't make enough changes.
But Will,
Other teams didn't make enough changes.
They didn't make enough changes because they didn't win the Grey Cup.
They didn't get to the Grey Cup.
If
No,
you look at
in that 5 year
I will use the BC Lions as an example. Okay. In 2019, under Devon Claybrooks, we had the most dismal showing that I have ever seen.
Yes,
by
you did.
My team.
God,
okay?
What a horrible year.
It's taken them 5 years to recover from that.
Right back.
Taken them 5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
Now, if you look at the Winnipeg Blue Bombers under the same scenario, and Joe Mack, okay, and it took 5 years for them to build the Winnipeg Blue Bombers back to be a competitive team. What were they? Were they second or third in the West in 2019?
Just in case nobody remembers.
Saskatchewan was number one.
I knew that was coming.
In 19.
What's that?
Devon Claybrooks, that's me.
I believe they were.
I cannot believe you own that hat.
That hat, Ricky, that hat is from Yankee Stadium, my friend.
Oh.
So
Anyways.
it took the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 5 years to recover from an absolute dismal performance under Joe Mack to becoming a competitive team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's taken the BC Lions to do the same.
Well,
okay.
No,
I'm only using. What's that, Charles?
They've had some competitive teams, but Devon Claybrooks was in 2019. They've had some competitive teams since then. They were competitive. They finished second in 2022, second in 2023. Then they regressed a bit. So they've had some competitive teams in between that, just to say.
Right, but they couldn't get over the hump.
They still haven't.
Right.
They still haven't. Attaboy, Charles.
Well, they didn't. They won the Grey Cup. They haven't gotten over the hump.
They haven't got over the hump. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I would like the odds right now, in my opinion, and it is my opinion, and you can call me a homer or a bias, but I would say next year the Lions are the better team coming out of the gate than the other teams at this point in time. Before changes, before free agency.
No, I don't disagree.
I don't disagree.
Right now, the Lions
I don't disagree either.
The favorite.
For one reason,
at the beginning of the season, I said without question, Winnipeg should have been the favorite. Okay?
Despite
we were all wrong.
Why do you guys all think BC should be the favorite?
Why?
Well, I'm not going to say the absolute favorite, but they'd be in the mix of the people that could do it all.
Why?
Nathan Rourke.
Okay.
Strong.
Okay.
He's got a quarterback.
They
were probably the best team. Overall, they were probably the best team in the second half of the season.
One at a time, guys.
Charles.
No, I'm going to say, because if you look from basically August 1st, they were the best team in the CFL. Now, they lost the Western Final, but if you look at record, you look at overall play, they were the best team in the CFL basically from August 1st. They went 9-2 down the stretch. They won the Western Semi, should have won the Western Final, but didn't. So if I'm going with overall momentum, Saskatchewan, I mean, they've got momentum too, winning the Grey Cup. So you'd put them up there as well.
You put them up there, but if I had to pick the top three teams, it would go BC, Saskatchewan, Montreal. Going into next year. Mainly for the fact of if Nathan Rourke plays next year like he played this year, they're shoo-in to make it there. And that, you know, like you said, like they're that Western that came,
but
not many finals that come down
Ralph,
to
that. Ralph, if Nathan Rourke plays as good as he did this year as he does next year, they should be a shoo-in. Well, they didn't make it this year.
Right.
So why is he a shoo-in?
Why is
Vernon Adams? If Vernon Adams
why
puts
was
together an
Winnipeg
entire
a
season
to do it when they lost 3 Grey Cups in a row? Because they had the team.
Okay, so we keep going to this 3 Grey Cups in a row. The first 2 of those ones they lost were end of time.
Doesn't matter. A loss is a loss. Doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter.
No, it
There's
doesn't.
a difference between being destroyed and being in the game till the last second. There's a difference.
It's a loss.
That's just a result. That's not
There's
the
one.
same thing.
There's one loser L column for a loss. There's not 2.
Exactly. And every time you enter into the Grey Cup, you have a 50-50 chance of winning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
But why?
Enough said.
All I'm saying to him is he's asking why should BC be put up into that number 1 spot? Why should Winnipeg? Because they had the team. They had the team that was doing it before.
Yep.
BC didn't make it to the Grey Cup, but they easily could have.
But they didn't.
Yeah, but
see, that's your reasoning. They lost.
Oh,
that's
Winnipeg didn't.
Scott.
Well, Winnipeg didn't win the Grey Cup. So why were they?
Well,
why were they?
It doesn't matter.
Get into the Grey Cup.
Winnipeg
BC didn't get into the Grey Cup.
It doesn't matter. You still lose.
How do you win it if you're not in it?
Yeah, but they were very.
They lost.
But
you're
Rick,
win it if you're not in it.
You're missing the point here.
And so,
no,
wait a minute though.
You're
so
convoluting.
So I keep on hearing, I keep on hearing that BC almost won the Western Final.
Yeah, they were very close
to
the final.
Guess what?
But they didn't.
Guess
They
what?
didn't win.
In my mind, and I've never said this, Calgary should have won the Western semifinal.
But didn't.
But they didn't.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yes.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Here's the thing,
Scott,
though.
You're comparing a team that's been in the Grey Cup to a team that's not even there. That's the difference.
But you're not allowing my opinion here, Rick. What I'm saying is that I believe
he does that often.
Should be up top.
And I also believe that BC is the strongest team in the West coming into next year without a bunch of changes. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
But when you're saying that it's exactly the same as Winnipeg getting into a Grey Cup and not winning, BC's not been in a Grey Cup for how many years?
I'm not talking about who's in a Grey Cup and who's not in a Grey Cup. I'm just saying going into next season, from where we are right now, going into next season, BC's on the top of the totem pole.
They are definitely above Winnipeg. I don't know if they're above the Riders.
Everyone's above Winnipeg.
I don't think they should be above the Riders.
I do.
I don't either. You're the defending Grey Cup champions.
Yeah.
And you beat them in the Western Final.
Toronto Argonauts were the Grey Cup champions last year. Did they come into this year number 1? No.
No.
Well, they're in the East.
Yeah, but we saw the changes they made. That's why.
Yeah, but what did Will say? What did Will say an hour ago? He said.
What did I say
he said.
An hour
he
ago?
said.
Listen to him 5
Mike,
minutes ago. Why would I listen to him an hour
Mike,
ago?
I'm 63, Mike. Come on.
Agency. You got to think about free agency.
So,
But they're saying with the teams that they have right now.
We're
Mike.
talking right at this time.
Right now.
BC a very strong contender.
BC's absolutely.
I would put
number
BC
one.
number 1. I personally would.
Team that has a good quarterback is a very strong contender. Although there are some people on this podcast who wouldn't give me that when Bo Levi Mitchell played in Calgary. So I'm just not going to even go there, but I'm just going to say that out right here. So,
Will, for what it's worth, I think Bo Levi was a great quarterback in Calgary.
Thank you.
Well,
for what it's worth, and I've always said that when the Bo Levi Mitchell was in Calgary Stampeders,
he was on a good team,
right?
All right. Yeah. He was on a good team. That's why he was so good.
They were the best team in the league. They didn't win, but they were the best year in, year out.
No, the best
They were
team's the
they
team
were
that
the
wins.
strongest
the
team
team-
for a decade.
The team that wins the Grey Cup's the best team in the league.
No,
That year, yes.
That day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
day.
day for that matter.
that
Sure.
day, I'll agree with Rick
Yep. That day.
No!
You'll never convince
because I
me
honestly
that
don't believe Saskatchewan was as good a team as Montreal.
you'll never
But on
convince
that
me
day, they were.
you'll never convince
they
me
were.
that the 8-10 Calgary Stampeders in 2001, run by Marcus Crandall,
Marcus Crandall.
was the best team in the CFL.
They
Because
were on that day.
on that day,
they
were
were.
the best team on that
On
day.
that day, they were.
Up against a 14-4 Bomber team
No,
that
no,
literally
no,
should
no,
have
no. Up against a 14-4 drunk Bomber team.
Yeah, that should have wiped them off the face of the earth. And
I
probably
don't know
came
whether
into
they
that
were
game
drunk, Will, or
hungover.
were they hungover.
That
One
is
of the two.
Beauty. That is the beauty of professional football. One game playoff. Play good that
One
game or
game-
go the fuck
Yep.
home.
Exactly.
No best
So-
of 7, no
One
best
and done.
of 5.
I do
Do
not
it.
believe
Ooh, fuck
Saskatchewan
off.
was the best team this year.
They
They
were.
were last Sunday.
They were on Sunday.
And that's all that counts in the end.
Well, it would appear that way. Otherwise, Scott wouldn't have the swag that he does.
Exactly.
And that's
But there-
that's nice.
there-
That's nice swag because it's not green.
There's green right in the logo.
And you know, if I was like everybody else, I could say to Scott, Scott, you're so lucky. You didn't play Calgary in the Western Final.
And here's
serious.
something I want to say to Scott.
I wish it would have happened.
I have spent
And we're
the entire
Calgary's so
weekend-
lucky they didn't play Ottawa again.
I spent the entire weekend dissing all my Bomber fan buddies in Winnipeg for not cheering for the Riders.
They
Why would
couldn't.
we cheer for the Riders?
They
They
couldn't.
They're
have
not gonna.
to.
They would.
You've
No,
got
they
to cheer
don't.
for the Riders.
No,
Yes,
Why?
they could.
Winnipeg.
West.
Winnipeg will
So-
never cheer for the Riders.
No.
Well, a lot
Vice
of
versa.
my
Ridiculous.
friends did, and from what I've heard from people that were at the Grey Cup, a lot of Bomber fans were very nice to Rider fans because we wanted the Cup back in the fucking West.
Yeah, if you listen
I
to
don't
the
believe
stadium, though, it was very not for the Riders.
No.
No,
No.
just the people
That's-
wearing green cheered for them.
That's not what I heard late in the game when I was watching it. The stands were absolutely maniacal for the Riders.
Yeah, but they were all green people.
That was all the.
No, there were blue people there too.
It's only a
Bomber
6-hour
fans were not
drive,
cheering
Ricky.
for Saskatchewan.
There were blue people there too cheering for the Riders.
There were some. Most of them not.
I'm going to say most of them were, just the assholes weren't.
Why?
And
If
you
you-
know,
if you
Scott,
look at it-
Scott, you know you got asshole Rider fans too.
Oh, Christ.
Every team has them, right? But I think
Yeah.
the majority of the Bomber fans were
Oh, yeah,
cheering
do you
for a
remember
West
Rhonda
victory.
Hope?
I
What?
don't think so.
Hopi, come on.
Do you remember Rhonda Hopi?
Yes. How could we forget her?
Don't know her.
She
Don't
was
know.
Charles' favorite.
There's
I have
somebody
no
here
idea.
reminding me
Matter
of
of
her.
fact,
Ugh.
I think Charles actually talked to her at the 2018 Grey Cup. Did you not,
I
Charles?
did. Yes, I did. I ran into her a couple
I
times.
saw her and I turned around and went the other way.
Yep.
I have no idea who it is.
Me either.
I'll tell
She's
you
a
what, Will,
former
Will,
panelist.
I'd buy you breakfast.
I've always said, and I think Rick can agree with me, and everyone probably will. Saskatchewan and Winnipeg have the two best fan bases and most toxic fan bases.
There are, yeah. You know, Scott, I always go to Mexico around Grey Cup time for
Mhm.
business. And I remember one resort I was at, I get up the first morning, I go down to the pool, and the pool is full of people with Rider paraphernalia. All over
I
the
got-
place, green towels, green hats. And I pulled my chair up right in the middle of them and sat down and looked back and forth and said, "What? Nobody brought a banjo?"
Oh.
At which point one guy said, "Well, we're in the Grey Cup this year. You're going to cheer for us, right?" I said, "Of course I am. I'll never cheer for the East." He says, "So then we can be friends this week in Mexico." He says, "Even if you made that ignorant comment."
And you know
What was
what?
ignorant about it?
I think all the West teams should hope that the Grey Cup stays in the West.
And Saskatchewan won it that year, actually, in the Grey Cup.
And I don't mean to be a But last year when we were in Vancouver, there wasn't a BC fan in the building that was cheering for Winnipeg.
Nor a Saskatchewan fan around us, right?
Nope.
Everybody was cheering for
Nope.
Toronto. It really pissed me off.
I was rooting for Saskatchewan because of Scott.
There you
I admit
go.
that.
And
That's what
yet,
I'm
you know,
gonna be
I need
honest,
to
I
point
would-
this out. Scott didn't pick them as the winner of the Grey Cup.
Actually, I
I
did.
did. I did.
Rick, I actually did.
Yes, he did.
If you listened, I did. Because I'm not what's the word I'm looking for? Superstitious. But
Homer?
every time I pick the last 2 times the Riders won the Grey Cup, I said they would lose, and they won. So I said that
But
they
you
would
didn't
lose this
actually
year.
pick
and they
them.
won.
You didn't actually pick them. The stats will show that.
No.
I
You
did
should have
pick
picked
them.
them.
I
You would have
did.
finished on the top.
Oh my Lord.
If I would have picked them, they would have lost.
Rick, he
You
picked
give
him.
yourself too much power, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, he picked
Look
him.
at my regular season victories. That speaks for
Okay,
himself.
that's my point. You should have finished way ahead of me in the playoffs.
No, because I picked the playoffs differently.
Yeah, but you're smarter than me.
I didn't say that.
Well,
just did.
Okay, I will.
98%
I
of the
said it.
population, Scott.
Okay.
I will
fair
never
point,
say I'm
Willie.
smarter than anybody.
Fair point, Willie. Anyway, what's next,
So,
CJ?
what now?
That's coming from a guy who works at Home Depot.
You look cute in your apron.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's our next topic?
CJ, start talking
Yes.
again, buddy.
I'm going back to look at something. We've done Mike O'Shea.
Yep.
Danny McManus to remain with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers despite interest from Hamilton Tiger Cats.
So you know what's going to happen
just
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just the same thing. It's just keeping all of the people who caused the problem.
We should,
Who's number 1 in Hamilton?
you know, what we should talk about. We should talk about CJ's favorite all-time coach going to Toronto, maybe.
Yeah, that was the next
That's
one. I was
on there.
about to say that.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's on there.
Kent Austin among targets for Toronto Argonauts head coaching job. I
Who is-
personally think the fucker should be banned from the CFL, but
CJ,
I
can
feel
ask
the
you-
same way about Chris Jones too, but that's beside the
I
point.
gotta ask you, CJ, who do you hate more, Kent Austin or Chad Kelly?
Oh, Kent Austin, hands down.
I don't know.
Kent Austin's been in CJ's life forever. Chad
They
Kelly's
might be
only
on-
been 3 or 4 years.
Funniest thing is they might end up on the same team.
They could.
it's an interesting question, Scott, and I don't know if I have an answer.
I had a feeling.
But it's for different reasons. Okay?
Oh, I
I
know.
think-
I know.
I think Kent Austin is a terrible I'll say general manager more than coach. Okay. Chad Kelly is a deplorable human being.
That's why I asked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you wanted, if Kent Austin was in the room with me, we could discuss football. If Chad Kelly was in the
it'd be a
room with
murder
me,
investigation.
God, I want to watch that.
There'd be a
Yeah.
murder
No,
investigation.
CJ is jealous of Chad Kelly's haircut. Okay, that's all it is.
We should bring him onto the podcast.
no.
Can I ask you a question? Who's Kent Austin?
That's a long history there, bud.
Oh my.
That's a
Oh,
really
He won
long
a
discussion.
Grey Cup in Saskatchewan as quarterback.
Quarterback
Won a
and
Grey
coach.
Cup in BC as a quarterback.
He
Yep.
did.
He won it in
He
BC.
won a-
He won it in
yep.
Saskatchewan. He won
He-
a Grey Cup as a coach
He
in
won-
Saskatchewan.
He won a great.
Um,
Yep.
So
Did
why
he?
is he?
he fucked Zach Collaros over.
He's a former quarterback in the CFL that went to multiple teams, and he won Grey Cups at multiple locations, which I admire.
Mhm.
Okay, in the ability to play the position, to win it at different teams, in my opinion, is significant. He went on to coaching. He was with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and as a coach and general manager and a former quarterback, he should know what it needs to take to build a proper team. Okay. He took one of the most talented, young, raw, amazing quarterbacks of the day and refused to build an O-line to protect him. And the kid got pummeled, beat up, destroyed, concussed, and he had a terrible, terrible career until he finally actually went to a team that respected him and built an O-line to protect him. And by the way, I'm talking about Zach Collaros.
I knew that.
Okay. So Zach Collaros is in my top 5 quarterbacks, talented quarterbacks of all times. And he would have had a fucking amazing career if it wasn't for Kent Austin.
Kent Austin almost destroyed his career.
Yep.
Yes. Almost destroyed his life.
Kent
I would have
Austin
loved to
is
see what he could do with
48 and 50 as a CFL head coach.
Yeah.
So
he is
I
11
personally
and
don't think
19
Kent
as an
Austin should be
NCAA
allowed back in
coach.
the CFL.
But what
Okay.
a better place to send him than Toronto.
But if he could do the
100%.
same thing to that
100%.
but if he could do the same thing to Chad Kelly that he did to Zach Collaros, maybe we
That would be great.
slide.
Now you got
It
CJ
might
on
just
board.
kind of wash, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Well, his
CJ's
leg is
down.
already partially. His leg's already partially there. He just has to finish.
No.
CJ's down.
Although I'm still questioning whether Chad Kelly will ever play in the CFL again. I'm still not convinced that's the case.
I'm pretty sure he will. I think that's
Hey,
what
I've
happened
got a
with
very
him.
interesting question for you guys. We haven't talked
Okay.
about it yet.
What's that?
See?
What did you guys think of the halftime show?
Oh,
I actually didn't mind it. I thought it was all right. It wasn't great. It was pretty average, but I mean, I didn't hate
the
it.
problem is MGK's music isn't bad, but no one knows who the fuck or what any of his songs. other
Yeah,
than
I
his
think that's a
on the
good
radio.
that's a good that's a good.
So, and
I
people
was
kept saying
not
the same.
offended by his music.
I didn't have a
People
problem
kept
with
saying
it.
the same thing. They're like, it sounded good, but I had no idea who it was.
Didn't watch
That's
it.
the problem.
It doesn't matter. But I remember when we had the Black Eyed Peas. That was
Love them.
fucking rude. Okay?
Love
that
them.
was just disgusting.
I didn't mind them. I was
I
at
love
that
the
Grey Cup
Black Eyed
too.
Peas.
Although
Well,
I couldn't
the-
What'd
see
you
the
think of the
stage 'cause I was
Jonas
behind
Brothers
it.
last year, Willie?
It was better than
The
Justin
Witch?
Bieber.
Did we watch it last year?
Well, we were sitting there. I'm not sure I paid attention.
I think I went to the bathroom
Yeah, but you
because
do
I
that
think
at
of the
halftime.
I think of halftime shows just like I think of kickers.
He could
Okay,
care less.
I've never been to a rock concert where they've had a football game at intermission time. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I've never been to a boxing match and a hockey game broke out either. So
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Will. Have you ever been to a rock concert?
Yep. Ricky, do you remember where I worked when I was a kid?
You worked at the arena, but mostly wrestling and hockey.
Ricky, I've seen Alice Cooper 5 times. I've seen Kiss 6 times. I've seen AC/DC 6 times, all at the Winnipeg Arena when I was a kid.
Yeah,
So-
I really didn't pay attention to your life.
I know that. And you didn't have a life. You were a
and I'm
cadet.
pretty sure it's mutual.
So Ricky used to go away in the summertime for 6 weeks, so I didn't even know him. So
I paid for tickets at all those concerts you say you attended.
parents used to send them to that camp for special people.
Oh, we're talking about the short bus now. Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the agenda.
Yes,
Because we have one.
Now, didn't Claire Hanna look beautiful this week
Oh,
or
God.
last week?
Dude, you should have watched the pregame show. She was all up on it.
Oh,
Hey, you know what, Mike? when these guys get mad at you for saying that, I'm going to say this right on this podcast. I would do her.
We can't
Now,
say
my
that
wife
on
would-
our podcast.
Now, my wife would say the really operative question is, would she do you, Rick?
I just think
I
she's
think we
Chances
all
are
know
no.
the answer to that.
Yes, we do.
I just think she's beautiful.
We
You know what, guys, let's pull
You
this
don't
back
say.
on track, please.
We digress.
Mm. Sorry, Christopher.
I'm just reading William. Okay. Winnipeg Blue Bombers not planning to renegotiate with Zach Collaros, want to give him better support. So I didn't read this 3-down article. Charles, you pulled it. Did you pull it because of the headline, or what does that
Yes.
mean? Is that they don't want to renegotiate with him?
I
They're gonna
read it.
stick with their $600,000 contract.
Whatever
they're not-
whatever
They don't wanna
contract he
pay him.
has in place, they're going to pay him if
Yeah,
he wants
they're
to
not.
stay around.
They're not going to make him take a pay cut.
General manager says he's earned it.
I don't disagree.
Honor among thieves. Go figure.
I mean, is
But
that
they need
really
to-
a headline though? He's got a contract. All they're saying he's going to honor it, which they're legally obligated to do.
Yeah, not necessarily.
legally
They can cut him
obligated to do.
tomorrow.
Well, I
They could
guess
cut
they
him,
could cut
they
him.
could trade him,
Yep, and yep.
or they could ask him to renegotiate.
They're going to be
But the
loyal
big one
to
They're
him.
happy with him. But
The
my
big one is
problem is that if you're paying him that amount of money, which it's not over the top, but it's close, and you want to give him better support, and you're paying your running back that exorbitant amount of money, and you're not using him, how are you going to give him more support? And where is that salary cap coming from?
That's the issue. Well, maybe they'll cut what's his name, Strevler.
I don't think Strebler's being paid that much.
Probably not.
And
I
they
think
better
it's about
fucking cut
100.
him.
I think he's about 120.
Well, I thought he was 175, but even that is a second string quarterback for under 200,000 is a deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But will he even be able to come back?
He's not coming
I
back.
think he's done. He's finished.
Exactly.
Which is kind of unfortunate. Even though I think he's a terrible quarterback, his character is worth discussion in the CFL, and the CFL is going to be a lesser place without him.
I agree with that.
Okay. If you can think of any backup quarterback on any team in the CFL, okay, who would we have talked about more?
Maybe he can become a quarterback coach.
Why?
Why not? Dinwiddie wasn't a good quarterback. He went to coaching.
He's not a good quarterback. He's not a good coach.
We don't know.
Okay. Who?
Dinwiddie
Strebler or
was-
Dinwiddie?
Let's see what he
Trevor.
does in Ottawa.
Dinwiddie's a good coach.
No, he's not.
Well, 2 Grey
Yes,
Cups.
he
Two
is.
Grey Cups. How do you
2
call him
cups
that?
in 4 years.
He's a jerk.
Two cups in 3 years.
Most-
Whether he's a jerk or not, that doesn't
2
matter.
cups
It
in
means
3.
he's
It
not a
doesn't
good
matter if
coach.
he's a jerk, Mike.
I mean, he's not an amazing coach, but he's decent.
Would you play for him?
Would I?
Yeah.
I wouldn't play for anybody. I don't know if you've
fat,
seen
too
my,
old,
I don't
too
know if
slow.
you've seen my full torso here, but I'm not playing for anyone.
Yeah,
Well,
people
don't you-
hit
don't
too
you
hard in the
think-
CFL.
Don't you think to a certain degree that Toronto's record was bad because he lost the locker room?
But Dinwiddie's built a reputation. Mike O'Shea has built a reputation. A lot of these people have built a reputation. That brings in players who want to play for that.
The
Yeah, but
All
Mike-
these coaches are. All
the
these coaches
difference
are
is,
assholes.
Mike, The difference is Dinwiddie has always been a jerk. Okay, and people have played for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All these coaches are jerks to play for, but that's what you need.
I mean, a lot of these guys get their Grey Cup, then they leave, but
I look at I don't look
So
at Buck
if you
Pierce
want
as
to
a
compare
jerk.
Mike O'Shea with Ryan Dinwiddie, we can say that after Mike O'Shea wins a Grey Cup, the majority of his team wants to stay with him.
it's not an exodus.
Okay. It's not a Winnipeg's core stayed together. Did it stay together too long? Yes. But it stayed together.
Yeah.
Toronto wins a Grey Cup. There's a mass fucking exodus. 2 years later, they win the Grey Cup. It's a mass fucking exodus again. So is that because of Toronto? Is it because of the coach? Is it because of the organization? Is it because they're sick of Chad Kelly? Why is the people staying together in Winnipeg?
I think it's because it's Toronto, to be honest with you.
Yep.
I can't argue with
I had
that.
a conversation.
I
I had a conversation this afternoon with a West
Yeah.
Wet
pilot who just moved to Calgary from Toronto because he's lived there his whole life and he hates it. And he says it's way too expensive, and just went on and on and on and on. So
I can't disagree with him. I've been to Toronto a couple of times, and it was probably 5 or 6 too many.
Yep.
And I have no desire to ever go back to that town again. And Mike keeps trying to send me back to some convention or rules committee meeting or something. And no, I have no desire to go to Toronto for anything. Okay.
Really? Have you ever been to the Zanzibar on Yonge Street?
No.
I'll tell you what, I would pay money. I would pay money to just watch you at the rules committee meeting.
Do they have one of those, rules committee?
Yeah,
I
they
think
do.
we should
yeah,
all go to
every
the
year.
meeting where they talk about Canadians being in the CFL.
Dump it.
We're all in
I don't
agreement
think
on
there's
that
anybody on this podcast that disagrees with that, Scott.
No, I know.
So,
Anyways.
okay. So I'm curious about this project with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They need to get better. They need to change. They need to do something because they're old and stale, for lack of a better term.
Sure.
And yet the pieces that they need to keep are the ones that are costing the money. So
Free
I
agency
don't
is going to be an
disagree with the
interesting
Calgary
time in
Stampeders
Winnipeg.
philosophy.
Winnipeg doesn't have to keep what's his face?
Brady Oliveira?
Brady Oliveira.
They could get
Calgary's
They
running back
will.
is going to sign somewhere else this year, I guarantee you. Dietrich Mills. He can sign in Winnipeg. He's good.
Well, he's still under contract with them, I believe, because it wasn't
No,
just
he's
a
not.
1 year deal.
No, who?
Brady,
Oh, yeah, okay, I don't know that.
because he was
No,
a free agent last year, and BC Lions made this ridiculous
No, I
offer
think
for
I
him.
think he's
I'm
a
so-
I think he's a free
thankful
agent
they
this
didn't,
year.
Yeah. He is a free agent.
Is he?
Yep.
I don't. I
Yep.
thought he signed for more
He
than
is.
1 year.
Yeah, he is.
Nope. he's a
Because he
free
was saying
agent.
that he was going to weigh his options in the offseason and see who had the best chance, and who knows. Just like every other player does.
Yeah, he's probably just threatening. So that's all.
Well, it depends.
I would have no problem with him going and us moving Matthew Peterson up to the starting running back. He's got game. We can play him.
Mm-hmm.
Brady's
lot
issue
less
is going to
money.
be is he wasn't played. Will they play him? Like, what's going on there? That's going to be his biggest issue.
Mm-hmm.
He's going down the same road as Andrew Harris. We're okay with saying bye-bye and putting somebody else in the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Brady's young.
I really thought they were going to keep that other kid that went to Hamilton.
Bill?
Johnny Augustine sucks, CJ.
Johnny Augustine. Yes.
He's a backup. He's a career backup, man.
Matthew Peterson, he's the future.
You know what? If you have a good offensive line, doesn't matter who your running back is.
Agreed. Spoken
dime a
by
dozen.
an offensive left tackle.
Spend money on the O-line. Do not spend money on your running back.
Mm-hmm.
Or your wide receivers.
Some, but not a $250,000.
No.
$250,000 is ridiculous.
I'm
Yeah,
so thankful he
100%
didn't.
agree.
I'm so thankful
Anything
he
north of
didn't sign the
150 is
Lions
stupid
offer.
for a running back.
Agree, CJ. I agree with CJ.
Oh,
I personally think anything north of 200 is too much for a receiver.
I agree with CJ.
wouldn't
I
disagree.
think anything over 150 is too much for a running back.
I said that already.
Yeah.
And I think
What is it?
anything over 75 cents is too much for a kicker.
I don't think they should. I don't think they should pay kickers.
Personally, you
Kickers
won't have
should
to
pay
worry
them.
about-
Kickers should be volunteers.
Yep.
We should take kicking out of the game.
Well,
They're
the worst,
they're doing
I
it.
mean, Reddy Paredes is a fireman. Isn't that enough money? Come on.
the worst kicker in the CFL won. Their team won the Grey Cup.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are they
Brett
getting
Lauer.
rid of him, Scott?
I sure the fuck hope so.
How have they
Okay.
not gotten rid of him already?
I
Brett
thought they
Lauder's
did.
gonna go.
Didn't they bring
gonna
somebody
bring-
else in?
We're gonna bring Cody Fajardo in as a field goal kicker.
So
No,
let
you're
me
not.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Scott. If the Riders had lost the Grey Cup because of that field goal, would
Don't
they have lit his
There-
house on fire? Just
There
asking.
would have been manure in his yard for sure.
I would like to say no. I would like to say no, but I have
Well,
no
we know
involvement in that.
Why did
Hey,
Mace?
Mike, hang on.
Scott would not have been part of it.
I would not
Okay,
have.
hang on for a second, guys. Mike's at a disadvantage here. Okay.
Mike.
At one time, the Saskatchewan Roughriders lost a Western final. Was Western final, wasn't it?
They lost the Western
semifinal.
final to BC
Yeah, in
To
2004.
BC
on a
because
16-yard
the
field goal.
kicker missed a field goal on the last play of the game.
15
That kicker
yards.
was Paul McCallum.
Yep.
From 16 yards.
Okay, from 16 yards. And
Yeah.
some farmer from Saskatchewan went to dump a load of manure on Paul McCallum's
In his
driveway,
driveway.
got the wrong house, put it on his neighbor's house, and it was the last time Paul McCallum played for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. He went to BC and had an amazing career.
And
He
won
came
two
back to
Grey-
Saskatchewan.
won 2 Grey Cups.
Won 2 Grey Cups with BC.
And then came back.
I think it's
Did he?
funny
I
that
don't think he
three of
did,
the
did he?
best
Yeah, he
three of the
did
best
for like a
kickers in
year.
the CFL have been BC Lions.
Yeah.
Why-
Louis Pythagoras,
why-
Paul McCallum, and Sean White.
Why did Corey Mace choose to keep Lowther? Why?
Because he couldn't find
Okay.
anyone better.
Because Corey Mace is a defensive coach and he doesn't know about kickers.
It's all on the GM.
He probably
The,
could care
the,
less.
the answer, Michael, was that he honestly believed that the experience of Brett Lowther would be better than the skill of the younger kid in the Grey Cup game.
More importantly, if Brett Lowther had lost that game for them, would the players have stabbed him in the dressing room afterwards? Just saying.
Yes.
Luckily, we'll never know. Luckily,
Okay.
we'll.
Stabbed him
They
with
would have
what,
beat him
where?
with their banjo.
But hey,
Stabbed him with what, where?
wait, let's give the Riders some credit this year. They managed to count to 12 on every play.
They did.
Okay, that's just
with all
getting
due
below the
respect,
belt.
No, it
With all
isn't.
due respect, they did in 2010 as well. They didn't get too many men in 2010.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
They also didn't
So
win.
2 years in a row with Montreal.
They probably
I think-
hired.
I
They
think
probably
that-
hired someone to.
I'm thinking if that upright hadn't have been there, they have would have run the Grey Cup 12 times by now.
But you want to know something, Charles?
Hmm?
Ironically,
You guys need to fill Mike in on this.
the 2009 Grey Cup, I feel,
have.
is in my top 3 all time.
Oh, it was a great Grey Cup.
It was great.
Funny
Especially
ending.
the ending.
Sucked, but it was great.
Michael, did you ever watch that Grey Cup game? The last
No,
few minutes?
not yet, not yet.
It's on
I
YouTube. Go
will.
watch
How
it.
do you not?
It's wonderful.
I just think that Brett Lauther's got to be the worst kicker in the history of football.
No,
I agree.
No, he's not that. I've seen worse.
He's bad. He's bad.
He should have been
Oh,
cut.
shit, I
He should have been
remember,
cut. He should
You
have been
can
cut in
literally tell
July.
when you can
who
tell when
was
he
that
lines
guy
up for-
kicker in Winnipeg that they couldn't get rid of him, and now he's got like the best record in Hamilton.
Legio.
Yeah, Mark Legio.
He got
Well,
run
the
out of
thing-
town.
They actually
funny-
blamed him in a Grey Cup for a kick that was blocked by the defense.
Thank
That's
you,
not
Rick.
the kicker's fault. That's not the kicker's fault.
I argued so many people on that. I said, how do you blame a kicker for a kick getting blocked?
Exactly. That's not his fault.
No.
Well, if he
And
didn't kick it high enough.
Well, we'll never know.
No.
Well, I've become a believer in what Will says about the kicker.
should be banned from games forever.
Pretty soon it
Actually,
will.
I would like kicking in the forward pass taken out of the game.
The forward
Now you're
pass.
stretching, Ricky.
Nobody likes that, right? I'm a run
You're
guy.
stretching,
Sorry.
Ricky. You're
I
stretching.
love
Well,
the.
that's
I love the forward pass.
Yeah, I know. Mike, don't take him for what he's talking
Yeah.
about, okay?
No, he's talking about something different. Did you guys
not
see?
a popular opinion.
There was a video going around on Facebook that I watched, and there was a couple of fans who saw Johnston at the Grey Cup, and they were talking about bring back the 55, bring back the 55, and they started talking about rule changes, and he totally just left.
Yeah, he seems to be that guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, I've been in the media. Have a good day, boys. Bye.
He's a coward.
Yep, 100%.
He's a coward and he doesn't think that fans have any say in how they run their business. That's all.
Well,
Well-
any business who does not believe that the customer is important usually finds out the wrong way. And I got this feeling it's not going to be a good thing.
No, attendance is going to go down. People are not going to go to games, unfortunately, because of the changes.
See, and I've
You-
got a
you
feeling.
think- Michael,
There's no
You
way.
think- you think that a fan base is so upset about a name change? Okay? Wait till you find a fan base that is upset about changing the entire culture of the game.
Okay, so
You
here's something I'm going to propose to you. So the fan base we see that is so upset about the rule changes is on these different Facebook groups that we hang out in, right?
Mhm.
That's where we're getting the
Mhm.
verbalization of this. That is such a small percentage of actual fans that go to the game that I think there is a very silent majority there that does not give a fuck.
A lot of them don't. The
I
vast
could be
majority.
wrong.
The vast majority of them do.
So
The vast majority of
Okay,
people
Rick.
I talk to do.
Let's say 10% of the people don't like the rule changes. Can the CFL afford to lose 10% of their fan base?
No.
they would still survive.
Can they afford to lose 10% of their fan base?
But
I believe
but
they could.
Let's
But-
be honest.
but-
the real.
but-
Go ahead.
Turn that around.
Long-term gain for short-term pain.
Once again, turn that around. You guys say that it's Americanizing the CFL, these rule changes. So does that mean we'll gain another 10% of people who like American rules?
No, because it's
We don't
not
know.
American enough.
Ugh.
It's still
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but the-
so
don't
here's
you
here's my
think the re-
question for our panel alone. How many guys in this panel pay any attention to the NFL and the American game?
I do.
I do.
I do.
3.
So 4 of the 6 of us pay attention to that.
Scott, do
Three.
you?
I only pay
Three.
attention to the CFL.
3.
I couldn't give it
So the majority of our panel has no problem with this, really.
Correct.
So are we a microcosm of the league, or are we not?
I think that the reason that they did these rule changes is because they want to expand into America. And American stadiums do not have the capability of having 110-yard fields.
Okay.
And
Okay.
here's
And
the-
Michael,
Johnson just said,
Michael,
Johnson
I
just
don't
said it.
disagree with you, but let's look at this from a different way. Stuart Johnson, the commissioner of the CFL, says that he has zero interest in expanding into this into America, that he wants to put a team in Quebec City, he wants to put a team in Halifax, and a couple of places in Southern Ontario. Okay, so his focus is on expanding the CFL in Canada. And if he was not, we have to take him at his word on that, okay? If he wanted to expand into America, then he should come out and say, that's why I'm making these rule changes. And I would not argue with him as much as I am.
Agreed.
Because I believe that the game would have to change marginally if we were to expand into America. We definitely would have to get rid of the ratio.
Yeah.
We would have to get rid of a couple of other things, okay? Yes, the field is a challenge in most U.S. stadiums because the stadiums were built smaller. Not all of them, because some of them are built for soccer, okay? So you could still do it in some stadiums in America. You wouldn't have to be restricted completely to a U.S. field size, okay? That being said, is he being honest? And where is his lie?
But here's the real question. Moving the goalposts back, how is that really a bad thing? I mean, how is that going to destroy the Canadian game?
Because the most exciting play in the CFL is a missed field goal return.
Oh, fuck.
Or a walk-off field goal. How often do you see a walk-off touchdown? Not often as much as a walk-off field goal.
Yeah, but the American
walk-off field goals are still going to happen. They're just not going to happen from the 30-yard line.
They won't happen nearly as often because you're so much farther away. You're so much farther away.
Did you just say there's going to be less field goals?
Yes, 100%.
Holy shit!
I'm happy about that.
If you're at
that's it. That's it. I'm not watching the CFL if there's less field goals.
Yeah, but
it's an entertaining part of the game.
Let's rephrase this. Will,
yes,
there'll be more punts.
Yep. Way more punts.
We will increase the punts in the CFL.
Way more.
Yeah, but
that's
the field is 10 yards shorter. No, it won't.
Is that a bad thing? Punt returns. Yep. How exciting are those?
Yeah. And again, this is all opinion.
So I have the perfect solution to this whole scenario.
Eliminate kickers.
Rid of kickers.
Then there's no problem.
Get rid of special teams completely.
Then there's no problem. They're always going for the touchdown. I've been telling you guys this for 10 years.
But here's the thing, too.
I don't disagree with you, William.
I've heard a lot of people here. I want to say something here. A lot of people saying, "Oh, it's going to result in less field goals." First of all, that's an opinion with no basis in fact whatsoever. That's an opinion. Second of all, the National Football League has their goalposts at the back of the end zone, and you see several every week walk-off field goals. Now, does it get a little bit tougher? Sure. You got to drive the ball a little bit more, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You've got to gain more yardage to do it.
They also have 4 downs down there.
That's fair, but
it's a completely different game.
Yeah. So you
got
to adjust. So in the CFL, if you're at the 30-yard line at the end of the game, it used to be a 37-yard field goal. Now it's going to be, for most kickers, now out of range.
50.
You're going to be close.
So we're going to get more offense, maybe.
So do you think they'll end up getting better kickers then?
No.
Why? Because you're reduced.
Yeah, but wouldn't you say that the CFL, what makes the CFL unique is the 3 downs,
Of course.
which
Mhm.
the 65 yards width of the field, 12 players, and the
But these,
waggle.
but
Calling it
these are parts of what make it. He's taking away parts of what make it too, though.
Yeah, but all
I said-
leagues evolve over the years. You can't just stay you can't just say that people are complaining the shorter end zones. Guess what? 25-yard end zones.
I don't
The end
disagree
zones used
that
to be 25. Now they're 20. Now they're 15. And there have been CFL end zones that have been less than 15 for many years.
I don't
BMO
disagree
Field
with-
doesn't have 15-yard end zones.
I don't disagree with evolving, but why does it have to be what makes the game Canadian? Why does it have
I
to
don't
be
think it necessarily does.
okay?
First of
So
all,
nothing to
rules.
do with making it a
What
Canadian
truly
game.
makes the game Canadian?
It's
The
not
waggle.
what makes it Canadian.
3
Yeah.
downs,
What
the
truly makes
waggle.
it
I couldn't give a
Canadian?
shit if it's Canadian.
Okay, good. I like that, CJ. Very good for you.
Okay? I like the rules of this game. If you're going to, and Charles, you said
Yeah.
we used to have a 25-yard end zone and then
Yes.
we moved it to 20.
Yes.
How many other changes was made at the same time? This is a wholesale change of the game. If you had made one
No, it
rule
isn't.
change
No,
this
it
year, well, that's your opinion.
I know.
My opinion is you are changing too many things too quickly. Okay?
Who here
You're
had a
making
problem
wholesale
with
changes
changing
to
the
the
ball
game.
size? When we changed the ball size, nobody even mentioned it.
Mhm.
When we invented field goals, nobody even mentioned it.
And people say it's an Americanization of the game. How? There's a couple things. They moved the goalpost to the back of the end zone. Yeah, that's the same as the U.S. The end zone is still 5 yards bigger than the U.S.
But it's also
They-
5 yards smaller.
Yeah, it's 5 yards smaller, but 15
Yeah.
yards.
And so you've got something now and you're taking away. Why don't we add things to the game to make it better? Instead of taking things away and retracting and stealing things away from it, making it a shorter field, making it a shorter end zone, putting the goalpost. Why are we taking things away from a game that we already like? Why don't we add things to the game to make it even better? Now, I don't have an example of what we can add to the game to make it better, but why are we taking things away?
Are you sure
the
taking
logic?
things away?
Where
are you sure
is the
taking
logic?
things
Where is
away
the
will
need?
make
Where
it
is the
less-
necessity? Where's the benefit? Where's the benefit to the league to make these changes?
Don't know.
You're
Well,
saying
until
you
we
don't
actually-
have a problem with them.
Until we actually see
How
the
is it
game.
making it better?
Well, until we actually see the game and see these rules enacted, we don't know if it's better or not. We're making everything based on an assumption, as am I, as are you. I think you got to let the rules play out. I mean, maybe they won't work. And guess what? If they change one way, things ain't working, there's nothing stopping them from going back.
Correct.
I'm just saying. So I know a lot of people don't like the changes. I get that. There are a few things I don't like. But I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, actually see these rules in action, and then I can actually make an informed decision after a year or two. Okay, things have gone down, scoring's gone down. But until that, I don't want to jump to conclusions.
I agree,
In everything, in every life, in every way, there's a portion of the population that just plain doesn't like change.
Correct.
Period.
100%. I
I
agree.
think the exciting thing that we can take away from this week is the Grey Cup had outstanding TV numbers.
It did.
It grew.
It was a fun game.
People loved the game.
And let me just point out, too, I understand CJ's position. I understand Scott's position. I know why they're saying that. I may not happen to disagree with it, but I certainly understand why they're saying that.
100%. 100%.
The reason, and why is it? Why are we saying it, Charles?
I mean, you want to preserve the game as is, and you like the game as is, and I do too.
I'm
But
going to go.
I'm
And
not
I'll
going to
go back to
resist
something
change.
that I said earlier. And the only two people in here that don't like these rule changes are the two people who only watch the CFL. The four people who do like the changes or don't have a problem with the changes watch other football leagues with alternative rules already. So you have the capability and the willingness to go back and forth between different rule sets, and it doesn't affect your viewing pleasure because you'll watch the NFL knowing that the rules are different. You'll watch NCAA because you know the rules are different, and you watch the CFL knowing that the rules are different. I don't want to watch the NFL. I don't want to watch the NCAA. I want to watch the CFL, and you're taking that away. You're okay watching a different set of rules because you already do it. I'm not okay watching a different set of rules because I don't do it, and I have no desire to do it.
Yeah, but how do you
And there
know
are
that?
those people in this country who are going to push back from these rule changes the most.
But
Okay?
don't you think that
No
if
doubt,
it's a-
no
if
doubt.
it fails, the league will go back, won't they?
No, it won't. You never go back.
But you know
Why
what,
don't they go back to
CJ,
the Eskimos?
CJ, we all have the capability, like you mentioned, but we don't have the desire. That's the difference there.
I think Will's
So-
got something to say.
Oh, I
For
don't
me-
have the desire.
For me, when I watch football, I like a good hit. I like a good catch. I like a good run from scrimmage. The rules are irrelevant to football. It's the individual play thing that jazzes me about football. A defender sacking a quarterback is fucking fabulous. I love to see that. It doesn't matter what the rules around that game matters because I get to see that. A great catch and a run for 80 yards for a touchdown. It doesn't matter what the rules are behind that. That is the exciting thing about football because I'm a football guy. I'm not a CFL guy. It's the game of football.
Yeah, you're a
that
football
gives me a
fan.
Woody.
I'm not a football fan.
What?
I'm not a football fan.
Neither am
But
I.
the majority, I'm going to suggest to you, the majority of the people that watch CFL are football fans, not CFL only fans. The majority. There is a very
You gotta
vocal
stop pointing
minority.
your finger at people.
It's the way I talk. CJ, get over it.
He's Italian. Give him a break. McDonald.
Tape it
What
to
do you
the
expect?
desk.
Anyways, can I say something?
Yes,
Yes.
Willie.
Yep.
Ricky
It's your
took
birthday.
Ricky took the words right out of my mouth. I don't even notice rules. Sorry.
I hate rules.
I watch football for the sake of watching football.
Well, like that roughing the passer call that in the CFL in the Grey Cup. What the fuck was that shit? That wasn't
That-
roughing the passer. That was a good defensive play. God damn it!
That was a terrible call.
What I love about football is the running back that runs through the line and just his pure athleticism.
No kicking, no forward pass. Let's just run the backs.
Oh, but you just said that you love a great
That-
catch.
That's
So how do you
rugby.
do
I
that
love
without
them
a forward
both.
pass?
Yeah,
I
You
love
can't
them
get
both.
critical again.
Rick, they
part of the
have that.
game.
It's called rugby.
Yeah, but the other thing is I love the wide receiver that can catch the ball at the right on the line and keep his feet within the boundaries to be a catch. I love that.
That blows me away when they have the presence of mind to do that.
I do love, like you, Professor. I love the ability
Hey,
on a
guys,
kickoff
don't
of running
offense,
it all the way
we're
back.
3 hours on this podcast.
Yes, I gotta go to bed.
We could go more
Sorry.
hours probably.
I got to shut this down.
Oh,
This
have,
has
have
been
we
Let's
got that
Talk
late
CFL
already?
podcast
Sweet.
episode number 631. I've been your host, Christopher Jones. We decided nothing. We will go at it again next week
Our
because it's
opinions
what we're
count
going to
for.
do. It's now
Our
the off
opinions
season.
count for fuck all.
Yeah.
You
in
want
the
to
real
be
world, right?
entertained? Deal with it. We might have
we got
to take the scotch
we got
bottle away
nothing
from
else to
Rick,
talk
but
about.
hey, okay.
Fuck yeah.
Say good
No,
night,
that
Charles.
makes it more entertaining. Good night, folks. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.
Scott.
Good night, folks. Unfortunately, there's no football to watch this next weekend, but we'll talk to you next week anyways.
Rick.
It's been a slice, guys.
Michael. Michael.
Oh, sorry about that.
The
Thank
other
you.
Michael.
Have a good one. Have a good one. I'll talk to you next year.
And birthday boy. William.
You know, since it's my birthday, I get to say something. I was online this week, and some guy, I won't mention his name, he says, I'll get roasted, never really watched CFL, and avid NFL and college fan, watched 20 minutes of the Grey Cup yesterday. That's all I could. The rule changes don't go far enough. 3-down football is completely idiotic, in my opinion. Not much strategy, as you know. You'll get football soon. And my reply was to
Fuck
whoever
you!
it was. I won't never mention his name. I said, tush push. I don't have to say anything else other than idiotic.
That is the dumbest
I know
rule
exactly who
in
you're
all
talking
of
about.
football by a mile. I despise that.
Yes.
In Canadian football,
Dumbest thing
that's
I've
called
ever
a
seen.
tandem buck and is a flag.
It's not dumb. It's just what they've named it is
It's
stupid.
complete garbage.
Anyways, that's all I got to say. Thanks, guys. Had a great show
Love
tonight.
you, Willie.
I'm not going anywhere yet.